But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that because I know last time Dr. Jill Stein got to 47 states, I think it was. Do you guys think that she'll get to that amount again for 2024, or do you think it's going to be less or more? What do you guys think? So some short news that we're going to be going on with as far as Dr. Jill Stein, and this is good news because whenever there is an expansion when it comes to whenever someone who is running independent or third party, when they are expanding as far as their ballot access, it's always good news to share when it comes to this so that you guys can see. Let me share the screen. I also have a video I'm going to close out with, but here's from Dr. Jill Stein. She says, breaking, we are on the ballot in Arizona. Congrats to Arizona Green Party for this huge win, bringing Green Party ballot access to 20 states and counting. We're well on the way of getting our urgently needed pro-worker, anti-war climate action campaign on the ballot across the U.S. So, of course, she's ready using money. She says we need $30,000 by the end of the year to keep getting on ballots across the country and to keep our low-budget, high-powered grassroots campaign running strong. And so then you can pitch in at her website. So what's going on right now with Dr. Jill Stein, of course, if you guys have not seen as of a couple weeks back, Dr. Cornel West is now on the ballot in Alaska. So now you have Dr. Jill Stein in 20 states, including Arizona. This is good news, so that whenever you see independent candidates or third-party candidates that are growing within their ballot access, that is always good. This is great news regarding Dr. Jill Stein because she has a great platform. The ballot access for Dr. Cornel West expanding. He at least has one state under his belt. Hopefully he'll grow in that. As far as the states that are growing under the PSL candidate, Claudia de la Cruz, whenever she makes those announcements, I'll try to make sure to get that out there so that we can report on that so that they have ballot access. People like Dr. Shiva as well. If he gets ballot access in these states, I'm going to try to keep my ears to the ground on that regard so that they are able to share that they're expanding, because always remember, democracy is a good thing. And the more people who have varying different opinions is good, so that we can vote on the things that we actually like if you decide to vote. Because not voting is also an option that is available to you, and do not let anybody shame you otherwise. So this is some decent news regarding Dr. Stein as well. Congratulations to Dr. Stein. The one person who I will not be congratulating is people, and I know people are going to look at me weird like this, but RFK Jr., because ultimately, RFK Jr., the only reason why he's running independent is because the Democratic Party and how they operate. But he's essentially just a Democrat with an I next to his name in my book. Now, do I agree with him running? Yes, because I think the more people running, the better. But at the same time, it's like, It's like, yeah, go ahead, run. It's like I tolerate it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if somebody was right wing and they start running. It's like I tolerate it because I want more democracy. But yeah, it's like, is he running? Is he really independent in my eyes? No. But do I think it's good that he's running independent? Yeah. You know. So that's the only thing. But and I kind of I don't know. It feels, anyway, this isn't about him. This is about Dr. Jill Stein. So congratulations, Dr. Jill Stein. More ballot access to more people in the future. Stick with it. and keep growing. So thank you so very much for that. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that because I know last time Dr. Jill Stein got to 47 states, I think it was. Do you guys think that she'll get to that amount again for 2024, or do you think it's going to be less or more? What do you guys think? Go ahead and put it inside the chat if you guys think it's going to be less or more. I should have put it in poll, but I didn't. But oh well. Just let me know in the chat, guys. This is actually a good question. Danny says, how do you feel about Cenk running JB? Look, Cenk should have ran independent. That's just my opinion. Because ultimately, what's going on here in Florida is Florida basically canceled the Democratic primary. They're canceling the Democratic primary in other states. They're not even mentioning some of these people who are running in the Democratic Party who are running up against Joe Biden for the Democratic nomination, because they're basically saying we don't see anybody else. All we see is Joe Biden, when in reality, there are actually other people running. So, but Cenk knows this. It's not like he doesn't know any of this. He knows how the Democratic Party operates. He knows about the arguments that were argued in the Democratic Party lawsuit, the fraud lawsuit that was argued by Attorney Bruce Spiva, that the Democratic Party really does not even have to have a primary. They can just choose their candidate on a whim. They can go into a back room, choose who they want, and then just say, this is our candidate. They have that power. And that's been argued in court. So to say, oh my God, the Democratic Party, they won't allow us. Of course they won't allow. They're a private organization. Hear me now, quote me later. The Democratic Party is a private organization, not a government bureaucratic institution. By that very notion, then the Democratic Party does not have to put forth any candidate that the populace wants, that the people who are registered Democrat want. They don't have to. That's like me establishing a party privately, and then I choose whoever I want to run in that party, but then you guys get upset and say, well, he won't run this other candidates. I don't have to run any other candidate that I don't want to, because I'm a private institution. That's okay. Look, this is like complaining to the government that McDonald's will not run the McRib year-round. Of course they're not running the McRib year-round, because that's their item. They have that right because it's a private company. Same thing. You won't get the McRib year-round in the Democratic sense, because guess what? It's private. Now, I don't get why people actually like the McRib. It's just like, ugh. But still, hey, that's your choice. But it's through a private company. That's how it is. So, let the Democratic Party keep their nasty ass McRib called Joe Biden, and the rest of y'all run independent. Marianne Williamson, Cenk Uygur, and the other dude that I don't know his name.